How many migrants every week do you think we can expect to be sent back to France?
Well, this is a pilot scheme. The numbers will start lower and then build. But we're clear, this means for the first time, people who arrive on these dangerous and illegal small boats can be returned to France. They will be first detained. They'll be detained immediately on arrival and then detained and held until they are returned to France. And in exchange, we will take people who have applied lawfully, who have been through security checks and a proper legal process. I think that is the right principle. We're not setting out what the numbers will be at this point for two reasons. First of all, because those numbers will vary and will increase, and we haven't fixed an overall number for the scheme. We obviously want it to increase as much as possible. But also, secondly, because we're not going to provide operational information about which numbers, which days that the criminal gangs will then simply use in order to continue to ply their vile trade in human beings.
It's been reported, both here and in France, that initially, at least, we might only be talking about sending back about 50 migrants every week. Last week, 1,355 people came across the Channel in small boats, in which case, that's not one in, one out, is it? It's, 26 in and one out. Can you understand that people are going to take some convincing that this policy is going to work and it's really going to make a difference?
Well, let me make a couple of points in response to that. Firstly, I just think this is the right principle that we should be pursuing, that people who are arriving on small boats should, frankly, be returned to France. They're coming on illegal boats. They're paying thousands of pounds to criminal people smugglers. That money should be lost and they should be returned. And also the principle that where we take people from other countries, we should do so through a legal process where people have gone through security checks. So those are the right principles to establish. And bear in mind, this has never happened with France before. We have never had this in place throughout the 6 years that these small boat chaos has been continuing. So I think it's right that we establish that. We do know that the Greece-Turkey agreement that happened, that was brought in 2015-2016, that only operated for a short period of time, but actually had quite a big impact as well. And also, look, we have never claimed that there is a single silver bullet on this. So this goes alongside the 28% increase in returns of failed asylum seekers that we have brought in. It goes alongside the change to those French maritime rules that I referred to, which means France taking action in French waters to prevent boat crossings in the first place, and the much stronger law enforcement that we announced earlier this week with the additional National Crime Agency investigators and police to be able to go after the criminal gangs. We have to do all of these things, and we will be announcing further reforms to the asylum system later on this year, because frankly we also inherited a broken asylum system, and that is causing a lot of problems in the system too.